Catus, Maximus here. Do have a bit of a clickbait title on this video, top 5 ratchets that you need to have. And this is basically a top 5 selection I would recommend to anybody who basically has no ratchets, or if you're going to say top 5 ratchets, these are the styles that I'd choose. Not necessarily any of these brands. These are brands I happen to afford, but this is just about styles. Such as, and this is the Power Torque from O'Reilly's Auto Parts, but it's more about the big 24-inch. This happens to be a half-inch drive, but this would generally apply to 3/8-inch drive and even quarter-inch drive, even though I might get some more compact, choose a more compact mini ratchet and quarter-inch. So basically it goes across for any of the drive sizes. Having one of the super long handle straight ratchets helps just for reach. There's a variety of situations where just being able to reach in further and not having to try to stretch your arm in is not only safer, it's more convenient. Plus, you just generally use these as a breaker bar and definitely have to rely on a good warranty. But it just makes things a lot easier just to have the whole breaker bar and a long ratchet all integrated into one. This happens to be 120 teeth, so finer teeth do make more of a justification on a longer ratchet. I would, for my flex, I'd go for a long handle ratchet. This happens to be the Harbor Freight Icon flex heads. Not quite as good as their straight head ratchets, but as far as what I have, it's the best. But generally speaking, if you have a flex head, I'd still recommend a long handle on the flex head. Something a little bit more normal size, even though it does have a big head, is these roto head ratchets, just because of the nature that the anvil is in line with the center line of the pivot. It's easier to get them on and off in awkward situations, and they offer a different kind of reach because, of course, the diameter of the drive, you don't have this big, on this pair head, you have a big space for the pair head, where this can really nestle into some tighter spaces, and certainly will makes it more useful. Plus the ability, once you have a bolt loose, that you can ratchet it and use it like a screwdriver. It just offers more opportunities to do various forms of work. That's also why I recommend these articulated ones. This happens to be a Pittsburgh, but they've been sold by a variety of companies. Pretty good design. This uses a batwing pawl design, essentially. You know that, where the switch is mechanically connected to the ratchet pawl, where in ratchets that have floating pawls, the switch does not move when they're ratcheting. That's how you easily tell. But of course, this has the unique ability of having this head swivel, so it allows you to get around blind corners, ratchet things, working on backs of engines, that type of stuff, transmission bolts, all sorts of places where this can reach around something and be able to ratchet out a fastener is just pretty handy. Plus, you can use it as a hand crank, speed wrench. You can do pump wrenching actions. Just has a wide variety of uses. And of course, number 5 would be something more compact. In this case, this is we'll call this the OG good Duralast from 15 years ago. Compact head ratchet. That way you can just get into tighter spaces. It ends up being your more normal length handle, which is just fine on modern ratchet designs. And it's pulling multiple duty. It's your more normal, just straight handle, straight sized ratchet. But it has a really compact head. So compared to just so many of these other ratchets, actually it's just about as tall as that one. But you just get a bit more clearance in that department. And compared to normal pair heads, such as the giant head on this Icon, you can see how a compact head, it could just offer you the amount of additional clearance for you to get easier access to something. So as far as 5 different styles of ratchets, I would have to say that starting off with this 5 styles, at least for what I have, offers you just the widest amount of versatility for getting a variety of work done. Anyway, really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.